Hey, second grade. This week we're going to be talking about cause and effect. Cause and effect are things that relate to one another, and it's something that we always see in our life, or it's something that we can see in a story, and it's something that we can see in pictures and everything. We're going to talk a little bit more about that today. Basically, what cause and effect is, it's when something makes something else happen. So we have something that happens and we have a reason why something happens. So things don't ever just happen on their own. Things cause other things to happen. So the cause causes other things to happen. So whenever something happens, we can always say, why did that happen? What happened and why did it happen? The why it happened is the cause and the what happened is the effect. Let's talk a little bit more about that. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. I think I mentioned to you guys last week how last weekend my puppy Luna got really sick. She threw up 6 times last weekend. So that's what happened was the effect, is that she got really, really sick. She threw up 6 times and we were all really, really worried about her. But let's talk about why it happened. She got really sick because she ate a bone really, really fast, and it was a huge bone that wasn't really good for her. It's kind of like when we eat a lot of candy, and we eat candy really, really fast. That's what happened to Luna. She ate a huge bone really, really fast, and that caused her to get really sick, and she threw up 6 times. So the cause, the reason why she got sick, the cause was because she ate a big bone really fast. And the effect, what happened, was that she threw up 6 times. There's other things that are happening in life right now that we can talk about cause and effect with. For example, I'm sure you guys have all seen one of these. Every time you guys go to a store or to a restaurant or anything else, we have to wear masks, right? So that's what's happening. What's happening is that we have to wear masks. And let's talk about the cause. Why do we have to wear masks? The cause is because people are getting sick all over the world. And so the effect of that is that we have to wear a mask. So we wear masks, that's the effect, and the cause is why it's happening. Why is it happening? Is because people are getting sick all around the world. So the first thing that happens, the why, that's called the cause. The second thing that happens is called the effect. So what happened is the effect, and why it happened, it's the cause. Let's talk a little bit more about it. I'm going to show you one of my favorite books. It's one of my favorite series. I love this series of books. It's called If You Give a Mouse a Brownie. And we're going to fill out this handy dandy chart that I have here. We have cause and effect. And we're going to fill out this chart together based on this book that we're about to read. So this is called If You Give a Mouse a Brownie. And a lot of things happen in this book that we can talk about cause and effect with. Remember that what happens is the effect and why it happens is the cause. So, if you give a mouse a brownie, he's going to ask you for some ice cream to go with it. So you gave him a brownie and he asked you for some ice cream. So you gave him some ice cream, why? Why did you give him some ice cream? Because you gave him a brownie and he asked for some ice cream. So the effect here, you gave him ice cream because he had a brownie. So let's keep going to find out what else happens and why it happens. When you give him the ice cream, he'll ask you for a spoon. So he asked you for a spoon. And why did he ask you for a spoon? Because you gave him ice cream. He'll start drumming on the table, and drumming will get him so excited that he will want to start a band. Why did he want to start a band? Because you gave him a spoon. So on the next one, we're actually going to fill out our chart here. You'll have to play guitar, and he'll want to put on a show. Then you'll need some spotlights and some microphones. So you'll have to build a stage. All right, so let's talk about cause and effect on this page. What happened? What happened here? He wants to build a stage. Why did he want to build a stage? Because he wants to put on a show. So let's fill out our fancy chart. The cause here is he wants to put on a show. He wants to have a show. So what happened? Now you have to build a stage. So he wants to have a show, so now you have to build a stage. This is the cause. This is the reason why you have to build a stage. What happened? You have to build a stage. Why? Because he wants to have a show. Let's keep reading to see what other causes and effects you might find. When the stage is finished, he'll want to make lots of, when the stage is finished, he'll want to make lots of tickets. So you have to find paper and markers. When the tickets are done, he'll decide that he wants to make some posters too. He'll hang them all over the neighborhood. When he's out hanging them, it might start to rain. He'll fold some posters and make a little boat. Okay, so why did he make a little boat? Let's talk about this now. What happened? He's making little boats. And why is he making little boats? Because it started to rain. So our effect, our what happened is he's making boats. So he's making boats. And why is that happening? It's raining. So what happened? What's happening right now is he's making boats. That's the effect. He's making boats. And the why it's happening, the cause, the reason why he's making boats is because it's raining. So it started raining and then he started making boats. He'll sail it in a puddle. He'll get so wet, he'll start to sneeze. So then you have to put him in your pocket to stay nice and warm. When he peeks out of your pocket, he'll smell something delicious. The smell will remind him that he's hungry. So what happened now? He realized he's hungry. And why did he realize he was hungry? Because he peeked out of the pocket. So let's put that on our chart, right? So what happened? He realized he's hungry. He realized that he's hungry. And why did he realize he's hungry? Because he peeked his head out. All right, so the effect is he realized he's hungry. That's the effect. And why did he realize he's hungry? Is because he peeked his head out. So he peeked his head out. That's the cause. And the effect, what happened? What happened after he peeked his head out? He realized he was hungry. So he realized he was hungry because he peeked his head out. Let's keep going, see what else happens. You'll have to take him to the store to get a couple of things to nibble on. And of course, he'll want to have a picnic. When the sun comes out, you'll have to take him to the park. And while you're setting up the picnic, he'll see a playground and he'll jump on the swings. The cloud will remind him of ice cream. He'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, when you give him some ice cream, he'll want a brownie to go with it. So what's the last thing that happened? The last thing that happened was that he asked for a brownie. So Mouse wants a brownie. just like at the beginning of the story. So Mouse wants a brownie, and why? What happened? Why did Mouse want the brownie? Did he want the brownie because he just wanted it, just out of nowhere? No, there's a reason he wants the brownie. Why did he want the brownie? Because he saw the clouds and that reminded him of ice cream, right? So since he got ice cream, some ice cream, now he wants a brownie, right? So Mouse wants a brownie because he got some ice cream. So this is the why. This whole column is why this is happening. The effect is what happened, and the cause is why it happened. So why did you have to build a stage? Why did the guy have to build a stage? Because the mouse wants to have a show. Why were they making boats? Why was the mouse making boats? Because it started raining. Why did he realize he was hungry? Because he peeked out his head out of his pocket. And why did the mouse want a brownie? Because he got some ice cream. So he got some ice cream, and then he wanted a brownie. He peeked his head out, and then he realized he was hungry. It was raining, and then he wanted to make boats, and he wants to have a show, so then you had to build a stage. So remember that things don't just happen on their own. Nothing ever happens on its own just because. Things always cause something else to happen. Back to the beginning of my video when I told you that Luna got really sick. Luna didn't just get really sick all of a sudden. My puppy didn't just get sick all of a sudden just because she felt like getting sick. She got sick for a reason. She got sick because she ate the bone too fast. So nothing ever happens just out of nowhere for no reason. Things always cause something else to happen. The why is the reason for the effect. So the cause is what happens first, and then the effect has to happen. The cause happens first, and then the effect happens afterwards. I'll give you a little hint to remember which one happens first. The cause starts with a C, and the C comes first in the alphabet, and then comes the E, right? So it's C, D, E, F, G, right? So C comes first, and then comes the effect. So first comes the cause, and then the effect happens. If you're ever looking, look at which letter comes first, the C or the E. The C comes first in the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, right? So the cause happens first, and then the effect happens. So the cause is the reason why the effect is happening. We're going to talk about this all week long. You guys are going to be watching a lot more videos and doing some activities for cause and effect. But that's what we're going to be talking about all week is cause and effect. Cause is the reason why things happen.